All right, guys, I actually just stopped by my house because I spilled something on my shirt, and I realized that I had a video that I had never posted. And so I thought while I was changing shirts and maybe grabbing something to eat real quick before my next appointment, I would put in this little thing. I shot this video you're about to see a couple days ago and just never put it up. It's about Strider knives. It's a Strider knife. One of those companies that really good designs. Their fixed blades were really good, but has some issues. So I tried not to be too critical in this video. It is a Strider that a friend of mine and customer, Matt, asked me to sharpen, and so I picked it up from him, and yeah, I sharpened it. I don't think I had sharpened it yet in the video. May have, I don't remember. But I'm not gonna watch it first. But anyway, yeah, that's just the thing. This video got done a few days ago, and I just wanted to say, I'm not trying to be too critical. This isn't like the Emerson video. There are some good things about Strider knives, and then there's some issues. So yeah, and here comes the business card. Well, good afternoon. It is Sunday afternoon. I've gotten a lot of stuff. That's a dirty ass rag. I've gotten a lot of stuff done today. It's kind of warm. Washed the dog. Had a couple knives to do. And I have one last knife to sharpen. And I was just sitting here flattening my stones. And since we've never had one on the channel, going to do a Strider. So this is a Strider SNG. So you guys know there's a Strider SMF and a Strider SNG. The Strider SNG is a little bit smaller. The way you can tell them apart is SMF has more screws across the back. And to illustrate that, I basically have an SMF right here. This is my Microtech DOC, which is based on an SMF. It's same size profile, so this has a 3.5-inch blade. This has a 4-inch blade, same as the Strider SMF. So that you can see, this one is done in CPM S30V. Not a huge fan of S30V. It has a tendency to chip and everything like that, but we'll see. I have not sharpened this yet. So, I'm not a huge Strider knives fan per se, but they do have some really good designs. The SNG is a little small for my taste. I have had some SMFs in my hand, and they're pretty comfortable like this. They're really not that much difference in size, but you get a bigger grip on these. I'm not a fan of this configuration, which is Lego. It's kind of square, it's not chamfered real well. I've had other ones that were really well. I like the gunner grip ones. So on what you get on a Strider is you have a titanium lock. This is G10 on one side, titanium on the other. It does have an over travel stop. On this one, it's actually pretty cool. It's a Smith & Wesson 40 Winchester 40 caliber, 40 S&W casing that's being used as the over travel stop. The problem I have with a lot of Strider knives is this one does not have lock rock yet, but there's times where they come out of the box with lock rock. There's an easy fix for it. When you send it back, they don't have an internal stop pin. They have the stop pins are on the outside. They interface with the scales, and so you have an external stop pin just like this one. This one just happens to be a lot bigger. This one interfaces on the titanium, and you can, if you look, you can see that this one on the show scale, the presentation scale, does not even touch the G10, which is a good idea, because G10 is not going to hold up to that as well as the titanium will. But over time, the titanium will deform, and you're going to have issues with that. The problem that I have with a lot of Striders is, I want you to listen to this. That is the lock stick. Now, I barely thumbed that open, and you're still getting, listen, that's a significant amount of, let me turn this fan off. I'm not really locking that open real hard, and you're getting a good pop on that. Now, if you snap it open, wow, you almost need two hands from time to time to do it, depending on how hard you snap it open. Tried a couple things with it. Chris Williamson put some magic marker on there. I've tried some pencil lead, some graphite. I've tried rubbing graphite in there, just getting in there just like this. Sometimes this will resolve the issue. And just getting a pencil and doing some of this. We'll give it one more try and see if that helps. No, not really. It's still, you're still getting a good bit of lock stick. And with the graphite, it's only gonna work a little bit because then the graphite comes, basically it's wiped away. So, now, one of the things I will say about Strider knives is they have some fixed blades that were out. Mick Strider was making fixed blades before he made folders. His actual first folders were done with buck knives, if I remember, if I'm thinking correctly. And buck knives did some folders, Mick designed them, and then Mick started making folders. Now, he has some fixed blades. I watched Smoke Eater 908 take one of his Strider fixed blades and pound it in a tree and stand on it. And then he had to get a hatchet and chop out a chunk of the tree to get his knife out. I watched him take a Strider and cut into another knife. So, I mean, they do make good knives and they are good designs. Some of the problems that you're going to have are people have problems with the controversy of Mick Strider and his military career, and they have had a lot of knives leave the factory, leave the production with some severe lock stick, with some really bad lock rock, and yeah, apparently they're pretty good about taking their stuff back and honoring their, well, I'm not saying apparently I've heard stories where they are really good about honoring the warranty, even when people do something stupid. But there's just issues that arise that could easily be taken care of. This is where I go back to when I talk about cold steel. I don't dislike cold steel. I wish they had better quality control, because I don't want to have to send. I wouldn't want to get, you have to wait for these sometimes. I wouldn't want to get one of these in and then immediately have to send it back. And the other thing is, I don't think Strider knives are actually around as Strider knives anymore. So Strider knives was Dwayne Dwyer and Mick Strider, and they worked together and they were making their own knives. Well, apparently they've had a falling out, and it's now Mick Strider Customs, and Dwayne Dwyer is doing his own thing and making his own designs. They still make these knives, but they're under the MSC brand. So Strider Knives is still around, but not under just strictly the Strider Knives label. You can get MSCs, the SNG and SMF. You can get them done by Mick Strider Customs. So what I was going to show you, one of the things about the lock interface on a Strider knife that's kind of unusual. Let me see if I can get behind the camera and get a good view of it. See if I can't get focused. We're gonna bring this in here and try and focus on this lock face. So you might not be able to see it. There's a gap. There's only one little point of contact on that lock face. And it's that corner there. And then the rest of this is just open. I can actually stick. I'm not sure if you're gonna be able to see it. Sorry, paused you guys for a second. I'm trying to get this focused. Actually, I'm gonna take this thing. Give me just a second. I'm gonna take you all out of the tripod. See if I can't get a better shot of it by setting it down and actually focusing. You guys see what I'm saying? See that gap? There's only one little point right there that's interfacing with that lockup. Now, I'm gonna put you guys back in the tripod and get back behind it. Now, I'm not sure myself. Whether that would extend the life of the lock. I'm kind of thinking it would, because it'd allow you to, while it's moving in, then it kind of deform and then come in, but you're still going to get lock rock with that as that interface moves in. This is one of the smoother Mick Striders I've ever held. It does not have near the resistance to opening. Like, so I mean, there was a lot of them, you'd get strider thumb real bad because it was really hard to open. And this hole is not near as rough as some of the others that that I've handled. But all in all, they're not bad knives. They are fairly decent knives. They just have some quality control issues. But like I said, there are a lot of companies that do. But in the price you're paying for these, you shouldn't be experiencing the same problems you're paying for like a $60 or $70 knife. You know what I mean? The lock cutout on this one, that's one of the things I would say. I don't necessarily like having the lock cutout on the outside. You guys have heard me say that a lot of times. This one is chamfered really well. I've carried it in my pocket a few times, and it does not seem to have that tendency to grab material or allow material to bunch up because it's rounded fairly well down in here. The pocket clip's really nice. I do like the pocket clip. I'm not sure if this is, I can't tell if this is a aftermarket pocket clip for this, but it's a nice looking pocket clip. The titanium has been heat colored for almost a tiger stripe. So yeah, I mean, all in all, it's a fairly decent small knife. I would prefer an SMF. So I mean, you are pretty much looking, they're pretty similar. This is just a flipper. So I heard someone say it. It's too bad, this is somebody else saying this, it's too bad that it took Anthony Marfione to make a good mixed strider, a good strider knife. I say that jokingly sometimes because I do really love this knife, but I've had some SMFs that I've handled, and they are really nice. If you can get past and get the lock rock issues addressed and get rid of that, there's a lot of stick there. So guys, that's it for today. I tried not to put too much personal opinion in. They are good, they're reliable knives. They're not going to break. Even if you've got a knife with lock rock, there's a good chance that that knife is still going to lock up. So yeah, the big one that I saw that was kind of unique was the fact that the show scale side does not even touch. They just oversized this one and left this one smaller. That is how Strider Knives addresses lock rock. They put a sleeve over the stop pins and just make the stop pins larger. They just put a new sleeve on the lock pin, or lock bar. So not lock bar. Stop pin. Tired. So, all right, guys. You guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'm out of here. I'm gonna get this posted up as soon as I can. I still have to sharpen this and then have it ready for next Friday, this coming Friday, hopefully for Nick. So, all right, guys. Like I said, sharpening bench is starting to fill up. If you've got something you're sending me, make contact with me and find out how busy I am. I have a guy in Florida that I'm reaching out to. I sent him an email yesterday about sheaths. Ask him if he can make sheaths for my knives so I can fulfill some of these. I love the guy to death, the guy that's been doing my sheaths for me. I just can't rely on him. I can't get in touch with him, so that's an issue. If I can't get in touch with the guy that's making the sheaths for my knives, I can't fulfill orders that you guys have made. So basically I have 3 neck knives and a fixed blade, the bigger fixed blade, that I can't do anything with yet, anything at all, until I get a sheath. So I'm hoping this guy gets back with me soon, and hopefully we can see what kind of work he does. I've seen this, Corona had a knife out here that had a sheath that this guy had made. It was a Guardian, it's a Bradford Guardian 3 that the guy had made a sheath for. It was pretty nice. I was pretty impressed with it, so we'll see how that works out. All right, guys, I will talk to you later. Have a good weekend, and I'll see you next time.